In just 25 days, Xiao Zhan won both a TV Best Actor award and a Film Best Actor award. For most celebrities, this would be the perfect moment to stay everywhere. Red carpets, variety shows, magazine covers, interviews, endless trending topics. The entire industry usually runs on one rule. When the heat is there, cash it in fast. But Xiao Zhan did something completely different. Other than a few scheduled brand shoots, he almost disappeared. While his name kept trending online, he himself was nowhere to be seen. No airport photos, no live streams, no non-stop appearances. Instead, he quietly disappeared into a closed filming set in Qingdao, spending nearly 25 days inside a dark studio filming 10 days to the end. And honestly, that contrast confused a lot of people. At the very peak of his popularity, why would someone willingly give up exposure? Why hide himself at the exact moment the entire industry was looking at him? But then, something small happened during the May holiday, and suddenly, people started understanding him a little more. The crew of 10 Days to the End had been filming non-stop under intense pressure. Everyone was exhausted. Long hours, closed filming conditions, almost no real rest. So Xiao Zhan quietly paid for hundreds of McDonald's meals and Haiti drinks for the entire crew. Not just the lead actors, not just the directors, everyone. Staff members, assistants, interns, extras. Nobody was left out. And the detail that touched people the most was this. He specifically reminded the crew to let the extras get the hot food first, because he was worried the food would get cold while they waited. That one sentence hit fans hard. Not because the meal itself was expensive. Fast food is still fast food. But because people could feel something very simple in that moment. He notices people others usually overlook. There was even a small drawing of Qixia on the crew's blackboard, complete with the tiny mole under the lip. Fans loved it because it felt weirdly warm and personal in the middle of such an intense production schedule. A lot of celebrities treat buying meals as a public gesture. But with Xiao Zhan, people felt something different. Maybe it's because he didn't grow up inside the entertainment industry. He wasn't born into a famous family. He wasn't a second-generation celebrity. Before all of this, he worked a normal job as a designer. He knows what it feels like to work long hours, to be ignored, to slowly fight your way up from the bottom. So even after becoming one of the biggest stars in China, he still seems to carry that awareness with him. And maybe that's why people keep saying he still feels clean. Not perfect, not untouchable, just still human. Then came another moment that completely exploded online. Backstage at the College Student Film Festival, veteran host and actress Mi Ping pulled aside Xiao Zhan's manager and said something incredibly simple. Please protect Xiao Zhan well. Don't let him get hurt. He should keep acting until he's 80. The moment Xiao Zhan heard that, he completely froze. Then he pressed his lips together awkwardly, and his ears instantly turned red. That tiny reaction honestly said more than a long speech ever could. Because you could tell he was genuinely moved, like someone older had finally seen through all the pressure, exhaustion, and responsibility he had been carrying. And honestly, that acting until 80 moment hit people much harder than outsiders probably realized. Because Mi Ping wasn't talking about traffic, popularity, or headlines. She was talking about longevity. About protecting someone who still has decades of stories left to tell. And maybe that's why Xiao Zhan looked so stunned in that moment. For a few seconds, he didn't look like a superstar at all. He just looked like someone who had suddenly been understood by an elder he deeply respected. Fans noticed every tiny reaction immediately. The lip press, the awkward little smile, the ears turning red almost instantly. Nothing about it felt rehearsed. And then, of course, the internet did what the internet always does. Everyone started joking about the 80 years old part. Some fans said Xiao Zhan was probably standing there silently calculating his future schedule. Wait, 46 more years of filming? Others started imagining what 80-year-old Xiao Zhan would even look like. Would he still play elegant scholars with white hair? Would he still be filming emotional drama scenes while holding a cane between takes? Would he win a Lifetime Achievement Award and then go straight to dancing in the public square afterward? The jokes were funny, but they were also weirdly touching. Because underneath all the memes was a very simple feeling. People genuinely wanted him to stay for a long, long time. Not just as a celebrity, but as an actor. And honestly, in an industry where popularity disappears so quickly, that kind of long-term affection is probably rarer than any award itself. Some joked that Xiao Zhan was probably standing there doing math in his head. Wait, I'm 34 now. That means I still need to work for 46 more years? Others started imagining 80-year-old Xiao Zhan still acting in dramas with white hair, still winning awards, then going to dance in the public square afterward. But underneath all the jokes, there was something very emotional. People realized they genuinely wanted to accompany him for a very long time. Not just through one drama, not just through one trending period, but through decades. And honestly, the reason fans worry so much about him is because he really does push himself hard while filming.
During Dexy and Jinzi,
he refused protective gear for certain scenes because he wanted the camera to capture the real physical reaction. At one point, metal wires cut directly into his hand, leaving visible injuries while filming continued. The director kept some of those real moments in the final footage. There were also explosion scenes he insisted on filming himself instead of using a stunt double. And over the years, people have watched him constantly change between completely different roles. Xiao Chunsheng in the Youth Memories feels nothing like Gu Yiye in Ace Troops. The emotional rhythm, body language, even the eyes all change depending on the role. That's why his current silence in Qingdao feels so interesting. Because technically, Xiao Zhan could create headlines anytime he wants. One leaked filming photo alone could dominate trending searches for hours. But instead, the entire production has stayed tightly sealed. Black curtains surround the filming areas, very little leaks out, and Xiao Zhan fully cooperates with it, not because he lacks popularity, but because he seems genuinely willing to protect the mystery of the drama itself. That's actually pretty rare now, especially in an industry where attention moves so fast. A lot of actors are afraid of disappearing. Xiao Zhan seems oddly unafraid of it, because maybe he already understands something very clearly. Traffic fades, exposure fades, only the work stays. And honestly, maybe that's the biggest reason people continue to stay with him. Not just because of the face that made Wei Wuxian unforgettable overnight, not just because of the awards, but because after everything he's experienced, the highs, the pressure, the backlash, the rebuilding, he still hasn't completely lost that warmth people saw in him years ago. In an industry full of noise, that kind of sincerity has become surprisingly rare. So maybe the real question isn't why Xiao Zhan disappeared for 25 days. Maybe the real question is, in a world where fame changes so many people, how did he manage to stay himself for this long?